Hey, 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 hop on in here with me. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hop on in the room. Hop on in the room. I'm Anika V. Brown. Hi, Harold. Hopping back on here to do a quick live stream with you all. Hey, Lady Lola. How are you? How are you doing? So I'm doing I think you could call this mid-morning because it's not afternoon yet. A mid-morning live. I'm working on something. Hey, good morning. I'm working on something. I decided let me just hop on here, and I want to help a few people really quickly, a few individuals. I'm doing good. I am doing good. So I believe you can see my title, and it says, what's stopping you? What is stopping you from getting to your next life goal? That is what I want to talk about really quickly. What is stopping you from getting to your next life goal? Is it fear? Is it finance? Is it support? Is it the environment that you're in? What is stopping you from hitting your next life goal? I want to know. Drop it in the comments. Let's do some really quick or rapid fire. I think that's what you call it. Rapid fire coaching on a live stream. Let's do that. I'm working on a project. I'm working on a coaching program that I will be licensing for corporate, right? For corporation. That's what I'm working on right now. But for those of you in the comments that struggling to get to the next life goal, I want to know what it is that you're struggling with, and let's do some rapid fire coaching right here on the spot. Discipline, consistency. I see that. So you're going to have to start working on your mindset. When there is discipline issues and consistency issue, it is not per se the physical thing. It is a mindset thing. Like, you gotta make up in your mind that this is what we do now, and then the body follows along. Your mind controls everything. It does. So you gotta work on your mindset. This is what we do now. So if the activity that you need to do involves reading, so you're gonna tell your mind, this is what we do now. We're going to read for an hour every day because I gotta get to this goal. All right, I gotta get to this goal. So discipline and consistency has nothing to do, or has less to do with the physical thing. It has more so to do with mindset. All right, I hope that connects for you. It has to do with mindset, not so much the physical thing that you have to do. I'm not Brazilian. No, I'm not. I'm not. So it has more to do with mindset than the physical activity, the thing that you want to do. So you got to settle in your mind. I get that. You hit the nail on the head. Yeah. So if you struggle with discipline, consistency, it's a mindset thing. So you got to work on your mindset. As you know, because you've been on with me, I've been live streaming now for well over 300 days. And I had to get my mindset together. Like, this is what we do now. We wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. We have devotional for a whole hour. And by the time we get to 6:30, we're sitting down at the desk and we're live streaming. That's all a mindset thing, and my body followed along, right? It's all a mindset thing. So if you're struggling with discipline and consistency to get to the next life goal, it has to do with mindset. All right. And creating a plan helps with that mindset issue. If you create a plan, this is my schedule, this is what we're going to do. Read that every day, follow it every day until it just becomes a part of you. I just wake up now at 5 a.m., right? I just wake up and I have everything that I need for my devotional from 5 to 6 a.m. I have everything prepared. So once that alarm goes off, 5 a.m., okay, what is the first thing that we're doing? We got our prayer points that we're going through. We got our scripture already opened up, right? So there's no struggle and trying to figure out. No, it's already there. This is the scripture that we're going over in the morning. My journal, my pen, so I'm not struggling. Where's the pen? Where's the journal? Everything is right there. All right. I'm Jamaican. My friend that keeps asking. I'm Jamaican, but I live in America. All right. So again, if you struggle with discipline and consistency, it's a mindset thing. And you can correct that, or you can train. You can train your mind to do exactly what you want it to do, or the body will follow. All right. Anyone else? What is stopping you from getting to your next life goal? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. And for those of you who are new to me, hey, Tasha. If it is your first time hopping on one of my live streams, I'm Anika V. Brown, master life coach and mentor. So I actually know what I'm talking about. I've lived it, and I've had formal training on what it is that I do. I am the creator of a mentorship program, The Action Accelerator, that helps my mentees to accomplish their life goals, overcome the blockage, the mental blocks, physical blocks, or maybe spiritual blocks that they're experiencing, so they can execute on their next life goal and get it done. Nothing is easy without discipline. That is true. That is true, my friend. From Ecuador. Hello, how are you? So I'm talking about what is stopping you from getting to your next life goal. Let me know. What is the thing that is stopping you from getting to your next life goal? How do I know my program work? I was just telling you about the Action Accelerator. It has worked in my life. It is working for my mentees. Now, where I came from, I moved to this country in 2009 with I don't know, I think I had like $1,500 when I moved here. I think so, or less, or probably $500, I think. I had, okay, I'm going to address that. I had like $500, I think it was, when I first moved here with a suitcase. That's all I came to this country with. So I had to apply myself, get focused, get the mental stability that is needed, the endurance that is needed to execute and create a life for myself and for my family. So all of what I teach in my mentorship program, it has worked for me, and it is working for my mentees. So I know it works, right? I know it works. From an individual that came here with, I believe I had about $500 and one suitcase of clothing that wasn't even appropriate for the weather, because moving from Jamaica to New York City, my clothing was not appropriate for the weather, and it was March, right? It was March. All I had was summer clothes. So I had to get a whole new wardrobe. So, that was the first thing that I had to spend my money on, to where I'm at today. Homeowner, business owner, ministry founder. I have multiple careers, right? I have multiple careers. I do international ministry relief work. So all of that took discipline, right? It took a specific mindset. Hey, beauty budget bestie, how are you? It took understanding boundaries, understanding seasons, which is what I teach in my mentorship program, understanding time management, which is so important if you're going to execute. And with that, let me touch on let me see. Let me find your comment again. It's going by so fast. Good morning again. I was here earlier. Oh, okay, Latasha. Hey. Sometimes we're so lazy. Okay. Yusuf, I think that's your name. Laziness, I know that can be an issue, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to mindset. Laziness has to do with mindset, right? It has to do with mindset. You got to shift that. You got to shift that mindset and consider if I got up off the couch. So if you're somebody that likes to lounge on the couch, if I got up from the couch and actually apply myself, what are some of the benefits that I would reap from applying myself? I could get a promotion. I could start a business. I could write a book, right? And think about the benefits that can come from all of that. That is how you're going to get personal motivation, not somebody coming to push you forward. That's building personal motivation. Okay, if I got up from this couch, if I stopped lounging so much and I apply myself, study, research, connect with the right people, learn something new every day, I can actually write the book. I can actually get a job that I love, right? I can start that business that's going to break generational curses off of my family. You got to think about the benefits of applying yourself so that you can shift out of that laziness, okay? So you can shift out of it, and don't make that space that you always sit in so comfortable, because once you sit down, that's it, right? Don't make it so comfortable. Don't make it so comfortable. It's like if you're always watching TV, don't keep the remote on the couch. Put it far away where you have to get up, right? Very important to connect with the right people. Yes, it is. Get in the right community where you get to see individuals who are actually accomplishing something, actually doing something with their lives, right? That can help you to shift out of the space of laziness as well. Making sure that you're connected to individuals that are motivated and actually doing something with their life. They're hitting goals. They're transforming other individuals' life, because success is not just about you, right? Success is not just about you. It's who else can you impact? What other life can you change, right? With what you've accomplished, right? Not too far from retirement, age and experience. I want to take time to breathe before. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's important as well. That's important as well. So for my friend that said that laziness prevents you from moving forward, I understand it, but you have to consider the benefits that comes when you actually get up and apply yourself. So for those of you who are hopping in the room or just hopping in the room, I'm Anika V. Brown, master life coach and mentor, just doing some rapid fire coaching. Drop in the comments, what do you believe is stopping you from getting to your next big life goal? Whether that's writing the book, starting the business, moving to a new city, applying for a promotion, launching an organization. What do you believe is hindering you from getting to your next level? Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Don't be afraid. It's free help, right? Don't be afraid. It's free help. And if you want to work with me, if you hear anything that opens up your eyes to say, hey, I want to work with her, you can absolutely DM me and I can help you get set up with my mentorship program. All right. I can help you get set up in my mentorship program. So go ahead and drop in the comments. What do you think is stopping you from getting to your next level or accomplishing your next life goal? Procrastination and time management. Man, do I know that all too well. So to cancel out procrastination, one of the things that we do in my morning session that we do here every morning at 6:30 a.m. is that we practice 3 tasks, or we get 3 things done each day that gets us closer to our big goal. So you may know what you need to do, but you feel overwhelmed and that causes you to procrastinate. So what you need to do is make your to-do list shorter. So if you've been putting 5 to 10 things down, that's too much. Your brain is then saying, you know what, that's too much. We'll do it next week, or we'll do it a month from now. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening with procrastination. So you need to make your to-do list shorter. We practice the 3 task method. So get 3 things done every day that gets you closer to the goal, so you're not overwhelmed. And to help you with that, you can grab my journal on Amazon. This is what my community used. Yes, I am back. I had breakfast and I'm back. So you can use this. My friend, I didn't get your name. Let me see. Let me go back up here. Latasha. So you said procrastination. You can use this journal to help you break that spirit of procrastination off of you. So this helps. This is an accountability tool. So we stick with the 3 task method. I also have some affirmations in here to help you as well. So what you're going to do, and another thing, 1 goal at a time and 3 tasks each day. This is what your life is going to look like for you to get out of that procrastination phase, right? 1 goal. This is the goal that I have, and I'm going to work the plan until I execute it. Don't try to accomplish 6 goals at once. If you struggle with procrastination, that is too much for you. Pick one goal that you want to work on, right? You need to be fluent in 4 months. I'm not an English teacher, I'm sorry. So Latasha, you can grab this journal on Amazon. So here's how it works. You're going to map out that one goal that you're focusing on, all right? And each day you're going to complete 3 tasks. 3 tasks that gets you 3 steps closer to this goal becoming a reality. And you're going to do it every day. You're going to write the goal out so it always stays top of mind. You want to keep it on the forefront of your mind. This is what I'm working on. I'm working on getting this book done and published, right? If that is your story, all right? Or I'm working on purchasing the new home, right? I'm working on getting a new home. So that's your big goal. I want to purchase a home. So today I'm going to pull my credit score. I'm going to look over my finances to see if I already have the down payment or if I need to save up the down payment, right? I'm going to look at zip codes to see which zip code is I would prefer to live in or is within my budget, right? So those are the 3 things that you would do. Then tomorrow or the next day, you're going to write the big goal again because we want to keep it top of mind. The more you think about the goal, and this is science now, the more you think about the goal is the more ideas that your brain will come up with to make this goal a reality. I'm telling you, the same way you see whatever you focus on, it eventually happens. That's the science behind this technique that we do. All right. The more you focus on it, it's going to become your reality. And the more you focus on it, your brain comes up with ideas. So as you get those ideas, you want to write that right here, at least 3 of them, and execute on it. All right. The next day, you're going to do the same thing. Keep that goal top of mind because your brain is going to bring up ideas as to how you can get it to reality, to become your reality. All right. Yes, thank you so much for hopping on. For the person asking about English teaching, I don't do that. There are others on this platform that does that. Okay, all right, I'm happy that you got it. Again, you can get the journal on Amazon. It is available on Amazon. Now, for time management, which is a really big deal, it is a really big deal. If you do not understand how to manage your time, you will have a lot of plans but no execution. And then that becomes an issue. If you have a lot of plans, but you're not executing, that becomes a major issue, right? You're not going to move forward if you don't understand how to map the time out. I'm looking for my workbook to show you. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I want to show you how I teach my mentees to manage their time. So I do have a mentorship program for those of you who are on here. If you want to be a part of my mentorship program, yes, an execution plan. So this is what the workbook looks like for the Action Accelerator. Time management is one of the lessons that I go over with my mentees. Let me find that. So I can show you how I teach them one of the tools that I give to them to help them manage their time well. So they can identify where there are gaps. So here we go. I believe this is week 3 in my mentorship, time management. So this is a schedule that they have to work on for a full 7 days. All right. So they would fill this out every day for a full 7 days to identify where there are gaps in their time or what they're spending most of their time doing to see, is this a productive activity? Can we cut something out to make time for you to work on the goal that you have to work on? Because one of the main excuses that I hear is, I don't have time to work on my goals. I don't have time to write the book. I don't have time to go back to school. How do you know? Have you done a time assessment to see where do you stand with managing your time, right? So they fill this out for 7 days. It's the part of the Action Accelerators workbook. So how do you know? Well, you're going to figure it out for the next 7 days from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. What are you doing with your time? This is how they figure out where there are gaps, what are they spending most of their time doing, and how can we make adjustment to fit in. Some of my mentees want to spend more time working on themselves, but they're saying, I don't have enough time. I'm so busy. I got to do this for the family. I got to do this for work. I have to do this for this organization, but no time for me. They work through this, and then we can identify a time, a space that they can plug in for themselves, right? Of course, we have to make adjustment to whatever they were doing at that specific time. But the thing comes in, or the question that I asked is, how important is this thing in comparison to your personal growth, your personal development, making time for you, right? How important is it? And most of the time, they come to the conclusion that, you know what, time for myself, time to improve myself is more important than this activity that I've been doing now. Maybe you've been doing it for years, but at this point in your life, it is no longer that important, right? You need the me time. You need time to work on that life goal that you've been pushing to the back. So for those of you who are struggling with time management, that is covered in my mentorship program, the Action Accelerator. Tomorrow, I am hosting a live mentorship session. So if you want to be in the room, send me a DM today so I can get the link out to you. Send me a DM with the word mentor, and I will help you to get enrolled in the program, okay? I am hosting a live mentorship session tomorrow. So for those of you who are struggling with time management, you got to sit down and do a worksheet, right? And you can get it. You can get these tools inside of my program. You got to assess your time to see, what are you spending your days doing? What are you spending your time doing? How is someone who joined now incorporate into the existing team that's already established without? How is someone who joins now incorporated into? Okay, I think I understand what you're saying, Lady Lola. So each individual is working on their personal goal. All right, so if you are new to the program, these lessons that are included in this workbook, they are pre-recorded. Hey, Dragonfly Girl. So the lessons that are included in this workbook, right? They're pre-recorded lessons. So you're going to go through them on your own time, and you can access these lessons whenever it is convenient to you. So maybe you have free time at night. You can log in, go through the lessons, and work through the workbook. All right? On your own time. So again, they're pre-recorded. For the live sessions with me, I do a teaching on a specific topic. After that teaching, it's an open room for strategies, going over whatever blockages they're facing, and we work through that. Does it make sense? So they won't be behind of the rest of the team. No one is behind in my program. No one is behind, because the lessons here, they're pre-recorded. So once you enroll in the Action Accelerator, you get immediate access to all these lessons, and you get access to the recording from our previous live session as well. So it's a portal that you log into. You have orientation, you have week 1 lessons, week 2, week 3, week 4. So no one would be left behind. All right. Okay, that part was not clear. Understand now. Okay, awesome. So all of this goes along with the pre-recorded lessons. So as soon as you enroll, you get access. You print your workbook. You start with week 1, go through the lesson, and make sure that you do the work in the book. All right, you do the work that's in the workbook for you to do. All right, you got to do it. You got to do it. And for the vision mapping, this one, I usually ask my mentees to send me a copy of it because I want to make sure that they're watch them twice. See, Dragonfly Girl, she's a part of my mentorship program. She watched it twice, and you can watch it as many times as you desire. Because if you're struggling to grasp the information, I recommend that you watch it, you go through it multiple times, and you can always reprint the workbook if you're going over it multiple times so that you can map out or catch anything that you may have missed in the first round. All right. So this vision mapping portion of it, you do this in week 2. You do this in week 2. You send it out to me. No, in week 1, you do it. You do this in week 1, you send it to me, and we create a strategy on how you're going to execute on what that life vision is. So I help you with that. All right. So I want to make sure that you are clear, that we have a timeline on when we're going to do it, because we don't want to keep pushing. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. No, this is the tool to prevent you from pushing your goal to 6 months from now and you still haven't done anything yet. No, we do vision mapping. I help you create a strategy to execute on whatever the main goal is. And we create timelines, right? Very clear now. Okay, awesome. We create timelines, and I'm holding you accountable to those timelines that we create. Okay, by July 15th, you want to get this done or that done, and I'm checking up on you. Where are we? What's the next step? What's the next task that we got to do? All right. So I stay on you because I want to see you succeed, right? I want to see you succeed. And then we have monthly live sessions where you come in if you're having any blockage. And it is so powerful when we get together as a group, because a question that one individual has, everybody was thinking the same thing, and they're like, oh, I was thinking about that. And or I will say something and they'd be like, oh, I wasn't thinking about it like that, but that works. So that is why a community is so important. Super important. So if you want to be a part of the Action Accelerator, DM me the word mentor so I can help you get enrolled, and that will secure your spot for tomorrow in our live mentorship session. So tomorrow, my lesson is going to be on value systems. Let me give you a preview of what that will look like. I teach on value systems in my mentorship program because it's so important. You got to understand your values so that individuals don't take advantage of you, right? Nobody's walking over you. Nobody's taking advantage of the things that you own or your time. Yes, value system. Yes, yes, yes. What are the values that you stand on? Where have you been compromising? Right? I'm trying to find it here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm trying to find my workbook is coming apart. I'm trying to find it here, but we're going to, my lesson tomorrow is going to be on value system. So we're going to talk about, what do you value, right? Where have you compromised? Where have you compromised? I got to label these pages better. I have to label these pages better. But yeah, we're going to be talking about value system tomorrow. Well, I could pull it up in here and show it to you. Let me do that. I'm going to pull up the program and give you a sneak preview of what it looks like. All right. What the portal looks like. Let me pull the camera off of this thing and give you a sneak preview. Let's see, I gotta flip the camera. You know I struggle every time I have to flip this camera. I'm gonna take it off the charger. Flip the camera. Let's do that so you can see what it looks like. There we go. So this is behind the scenes of my mentorship program. So week 1, we talk about the dream life blueprint. We create a blueprint. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to look like? I tell y'all all the time that you can pick your pen up and write exactly what you want your life to look like. So in week 1, we cover the dream life blueprint. So this is the recorded lesson. So it is pre-recorded, and you have your tools, your downloadable files that you can download. So this is the lesson right here on how to create the blueprint for the life of your dreams. Like what I'm living right now is no surprise to me because I created the blueprint. All right. It's no surprise to me. Then the dream life mindset. You need a specific mindset to be able to attain the life of your dreams. Right. So this is the pre-recorded lesson. All right. So these are some of the things that I cover. Trigger control. So you know those things that trigger you and throw you off your track. You can't seem to execute on your goals because you were triggered by something from your past. I teach you how to handle that. All right. In lesson 1, I teach you how to handle that. Mental reconditioning. So those thoughts that has been hindering your progress, I teach you how to recondition your mind. All right. And winning belief systems. So important. I shared with you all this morning that I teach season management in my program. Is this lesson. So for those of you that your goals keep getting lost in the transition of seasons, this lesson will really help you right here. No season lasts forever, but if you understand how to manage the seasons, then you will be successful in your pursuit of your goals. All right, so that's that. Let's go back. So trigger control, you're getting a sneak preview of that. Let's go back here. Escape from here. All right, so that is that. That's for week 2. And week 3, we talk about discipline. Week 3, we talk about dream life discipline. It's going to take discipline to attain the life of your dreams, and it's going to take discipline to maintain the life of your dreams. You don't just get it and all of a sudden you stop doing what you're supposed to do. No. So I teach you how to set goals. Like not just write down a goal like, okay, I want to buy a car. No, we get super specific. How are we going to buy the car? Where's the money going to come from? Live visibility restriction. Your live is not eligible for a recommendation and restricted in search results. What does that mean? Because it primarily directs people off the platform. No, it doesn't. Notice unclear. I'm still not sure why I got this restriction. Okay. All right. TikTok is trying to get me off of here. Okay, so we talk about time management as well in week 3. Time management, setting up boundaries in your life. Stop letting people take advantage of you, of your time, of your resources. Stop letting them take advantage of it. And willpower muscles. You got to understand how to manage your willpower so you don't fall victim to everything that is around you or that is tempting you. All right. And week 4, dream life confidence. We're walking in confidence. Yes, we are. So this is what we cover. The head game. The me factor, really working on you so you can maintain the life that you have now created. And affirmative action. to make sure that you maintain your status and no one downplays you, no one downplays your success that you work so hard for. You know, there are people who will try to discount your success and tell you, oh, it's because you know this one or because you're connected to this one. No, I worked for it. I work for it. So I teach you affirmative action right here in lesson 3. All right. So again, once you enroll, you get full access to all of this. You also get the pre-recorded live session, our previous live session. This is about an hour long? Yeah, it's about an hour or 2 hours long. So you get a lot. You get a lot. Your job does that? Yeah. So we don't allow anyone to downplay our success. We're not doing that. So to enroll, the link is in my bio, and this is the program right here. This is the program right here. The link is in my bio for the Action Accelerator. So when you enroll, again, once you enroll right here, you get immediate access to all of this. You get immediate access to all of this. And you get access to me as well. All right. Appreciate the sneak peek. All right. You're sold. Awesome. It was hard to envision. I understand that. I totally understand that. Let me get you back up on the stand. So any questions? We're talking about accomplishing your next life goal. Like, what do you think is holding you back? I've heard time management. I've heard procrastination and laziness. I've heard that. But again, you can enroll in the Action Accelerator if you need help with that. You can also send me a DM and I can help you to get set up in the program. Tomorrow, I am hosting a live mentorship session. So here's what I'll do. If you don't want to be in the full program, if you don't want to get the full program, but you want to be a part of the live session tomorrow, send me a DM with the words live session. Let's do that. And I will give you a special rate just to get into the live session. If you don't want to get into the full program, but you want to be a part of the live session tomorrow, send me a DM stating live session, and I will help you with that. I'll help you get set up so you can be in the live session with me and my mentees tomorrow. All right? Send me a DM with the words live session, and I will help you get set up for that if you don't want to be in a full program. If you want the full program, just DM me the word mentor, and I will help you get enrolled. And again, as soon as you get enrolled, you get immediate access to all of these lessons. You get immediate access to the workbook and some bonus materials that's inside of the program as well. All right. And that secures your seat for tomorrow as well. So this is the workbook for that program. All right. Any questions? Any questions at all? Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Let me know. Drop them in the comments. Again, I know that this works. I know the program works. My life is a living testimony that it works. All of these life skills that's inside of here, I've executed them to see results in my life. I'm going to register tomorrow. Awesome. Anyone else that wants to register? Anyone else that wants to get into the program? Maybe you have some hesitation. There are some questions that you have to ask. That's fine. You can ask your questions. You can do that. You can absolutely ask those questions that you have. All right. Christian, how are you? How are you doing? I don't know what all of that means, but how are you? Any other questions? Or maybe you have knowledge of something that is blocking you from executing on your life goals. Let me know. Drop it in the comments so I can do a rapid fire coaching for you. Let me know. And I got to tell you, all of this behind me did not just happen just like that, right? It took strategy for all of that to happen, right? So whatever your life goal is, you can get to it. For those of you who don't know me, it is your first time on here. I dropped out of school in the 7th grade, dropped out of school in the 8th grade. So to actually be an author, an award-winning author at that, is like huge. To be a business owner, that's huge, because a lot of times people will say, or society says, if you're a teen mom, success is like far from you. There's just no way to make up. So I had my first son out of the 7th grade, my second son out of the 8th grade. So all of this, the life that I have created, I had to use these systems right here to create that. I had to use these systems. So that is how I know it works. It absolutely works. It does. Yes, Miss Gloria. So all of that took strategy. It took work. And that is what I share in my program. So I know it works. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Anything else that you believe is blocking you from getting to your goals. Right now, I'm working on something major, right? Because there's always another level to get to. I'm working on a corporate coaching program, right? A corporate coaching program. So you can do anything you want to do. You just need the right community, the right instruction, the right tools to get you there. And you'll be fine. You can do it. So again, if you just want to be a part of my live session tomorrow, DM me live session so I can set up something special for you, give you a special rate for that so you can get in the room. If you want to be a part of the full mentorship program, DM me mentor and I will help you to get set up. All right? Any questions? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I'm the only one talking on the morning live streams. So I want to hear from you all now. You can drop in the comments. What do you think is holding you back? What do you think is stopping you from getting to your next big life goal? For those of you who are just hopping in the room, I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor. So I'm doing rapid fire coaching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is stopping you from getting to your next major life goal? Is it support? Maybe you're saying, I don't have any support. I want you to understand that some things you're just going to have to do on your own. Some things you're just going to have to do without anybody clapping, without the familiar faces showing up, right? Some things you're just going to have to do on your own. So if you're waiting for support, the support may not come, and then you're only setting up yourself for disappointment. So just acknowledge and accept that, hey, in this building process, especially when you're just starting out, because a lot of people won't jump on the bandwagon until you're already successful, you're doing great, you're doing major things. That's when they will want to connect with you and say, hey, how did you do this, right? Then it's up to you to decide whether you're going to charge them for your time and your service because you had to do it on your own, right? Hey, Jesus is my rock. How are you? It's up to you to decide whether you're going to charge them for your time and for your now experience and knowledge, or if you're just going to give them a freebie, right? And just give them the information. But I'm telling you that the familiar faces that you expect, they're not going to always jump on the bandwagon when you're just starting out, right? They're not. So if you're stuck because you're not getting support from those who you think should support you, you got to switch your mindset. And as my business coach told me years ago, that the 13 people that you communicate with every other day or every day is not sufficient to get you to the next level. It's not sufficient for that goal or for that business to do what you desire for it to do. If all you want is 13 customers, like where's the business going to go with only 13 customers? And how many times are they going to buy that product, right? So you got to think about that. So if you're stuck because you don't have support, you got to switch your mindset. Understand that a stranger is more willing to support you than those who you're familiar with, right? You're doing great. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Miss Gloria said exhaustion. So that comes down to time management. Again, you got to look at your time. You got to look at your time. What are you doing that is pulling your energy, right? What are you doing too much of? What can you cut back on so you're not so exhausted and you can still make space and time to execute on your goals? Do you make lives at nighttime? No, I don't. I've been struggling to do twice a day. So this is just a one-off event of me coming on a second time in one day. It's very difficult. Let me say that. It's very difficult because my evening time, I have dedicated that time to me time, right? So I get my exercise in. I do things that I like to do, right? So it's hard for me to come on during the nighttime, all right? It's hard because I've dedicated that time for me time to do my exercise and do things that makes me happy. So it's really hard for me to get on in the nighttime. Now that may change as life shifts and things change, right? That may change, but for right now, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., I work out and I do things that makes me happy for that whole hour right there, right? And after I work out, I make dinner for my kids and we talk and we laugh and all that stuff. By the time we're done that, it's bed. I want to get to bed because I have to get up at 5 a.m. So that's why it's so hard for me to get on in the evening hours because I have dedicated the evening time for things for me, right? And I had to grow into that. I had to grow into that space of doing things for me, things that makes me happy. And I'm not going to rush through that to do something for somebody else when I've already dedicated time to helping. So it's really hard for me to do lives in the nighttime. It's very hard for me to do that right now in this space and time. I know that down the line, I may have to change or make some adjustment to my schedule. I know I will have to do that because I have some things that are coming up. But for right now, the evening hours dedicated to me and my kids. All right. And I hope that you all have dedicated time for yourself to do things that makes you happy, right? I'm doing things, watching things that makes me laugh, like makes me crack up. And I'm enjoying that. I'm not rushing through it. I'm not. I can't. I'm going to be 40 in a few months. I can't. All right. Any other questions? So we were talking about exhaustion. So manage your time well. Do that time management sheet. Go through it again and identify what are you doing too much of, right? What space can you open up for you to relax and then work? Relax and then get to the goal, all right? Or the execution of the goal, all right? Anybody else? Maybe you're, okay, yeah, so do that. That's the plan, all right? Maybe you're saying, okay, I'm afraid. I want to do this thing. I want to write the book, but I'm afraid. Maybe that's you. I want to start the business, but I'm afraid. But here's the thing. Feeling overwhelmed. All right, let me touch on fear and then I'll come back to that. So maybe you're saying, I'm afraid. I want to start the business, but I'm afraid. One of the major things that individuals who want to start a business are afraid of is, what will people say? What will people think? If you continue to say that, you're going to remain stuck. People are going to talk about you, whether you do good or do bad, whether you move or you stay still, because I'm telling you, if you've been stuck in a place of saying, oh, what are they going to say and what are they going to do? They're already talking about you. They're already talking about how stuck you are. They're already talking about your age, right? They're already talking about whatever happened in your life, whatever your background is. You may not be privy to it, but they're already talking. So why not start the business? Why not write the book and let them talk, right? Let them talk. Let them talk. If you're afraid of failure, say you're the one that says, okay, I'm afraid of failure. There are lessons within what you consider failure that you need to learn. I can't tell you how many business ideas I have tried. I have invested thousands of dollars in. I have done the t-shirt thing and I had inventory up until last year. I gave them away. I still had inventory from a t-shirt business that I tried, I think like in 2017. Good thing it was good material, right? They were made with high quality material, right? So I had to give them away last year. Some would consider that a failure, but I learned the importance of having a community, building your community first, right? So you don't just go out there and start a business with no community. You don't know if anybody's going to buy it. So I learned, especially when it comes to things like t-shirt, right? You need a community that has already bought into the idea that you're trying to push. So that was a very expensive lesson for me to learn, but I learned it, right? I learned it. So if you're saying I'm afraid of failing, there are lessons in that failure for you to learn. So just brace yourself and accept that, hey, this may not turn out how I want it to turn out on the first go around. But I'm committed to learning whatever lesson there is, right? Whatever lesson that's going to come from it, I'm committed to learning that lesson and trying again and apply myself better the next time around. All right? Maybe you're saying, I can't get to, no, let me touch on overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed. Again, that comes down to time management, because if you're trying to do multiple things at once, season management as well, because changes in your life can cause you to feel overwhelmed. So you got to sort through those things, sort through them. What can you work on right now to bring some sense of normalcy back into your routine so you're not so overwhelmed? Pick one of them, sort through that, bring back some sense of normalcy, then you move on to the goal. All right? So assess to see what's the priority. Right, that's the word I was looking for. That is exactly the word I was looking for. Prioritization, right? Maybe we'll touch on that next week. I'll pull that for one of the words that we cover next week in Command Your Day. But yeah, prioritize. What is important right now? What is important for me to get done in this moment at this time? What is important for me to get done? Let me get this done, give it my full attention, and make sure that I complete it, and then I move on to the next thing. All right? So I'm not overwhelmed trying to do multiple things at once, because not everybody can multitask. Not everyone can multitask, and that's okay. That's okay. Another thing why we get overwhelmed is that we're looking at someone else's life and they're making progress, they're executing. Every time you turn around, they're doing something else. That is their pace. That is their speed that they're graced for. At least in this time of their life, they're graced for that. Don't watch that and try to do everything all at once. No. What is important for me to get done right now in this very moment? Get that done. And then you move on to the next thing. All right? So if you find that you're overwhelmed and it's preventing you from accomplishing your goal, pick the most important thing, handle it completely, because we're not leaving half-finished projects all over the place. We're not doing that, because that within itself, if you sit down, you're thinking about, oh man, that is half done. That is half done. I got to get to this. I got to get to that. That is going to trigger you. And then you're just going to curl up and be like, you know what? I can't do it today. I'll do it next week. Next week turns into next month. Next month turns into December. And before you know it, we're in 2026. So pick one, focus on it, execute, get it done, get it complete. Get it complete, and then you move on to the next thing, okay? That will help you if you are feeling overwhelmed. That will help you just pick one of them. Pick the easiest thing to do. Get that done, and then you move on to the next thing. All right? Anybody else? What is stopping you from getting to your next goal? For those of you who are just hopping in the room, I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor, and creator of the Action Accelerator. I give you a foolproof framework to executing on your life goal, creating the discipline that you need to execute on those life goals, and the mindset that is necessary to attain it and maintain it, right? Attain it and maintain it. You can enroll in the Action Accelerator by using a link in my bio, or you can DM me the word mentor, and I will help you to get enrolled. All right. Anyone else? What do you believe is stopping you from getting to your next major life goal? Is it your background? Let's talk about background, because that's something that I know all too well. That's something I know all too well. At 15, I had 2 kids to take care of. That's my background, right? I do not have a traditional high school experience because I dropped out of school in the 7th grade, dropped out of school in the 8th grade. So I do not have a traditional high school background. I have a GED that I attained at, I think I was 23 years old when I moved to the US. I think I was 23, somewhere there. So that's when my educational journey actually started, right? So all of this that you see here, came late. So if you're the one saying, oh, my background is this, my background is that, my background, it does not stop you from accomplishing that goal that you want to get to, all right? Your background does not define you. It is a part of your story, right? It is a part of your story, and you appreciate it, you hold your head up high, and you keep moving. Everybody has a background. So if there's anybody trying to talk to you crazy because of your background and try to tell you, oh, you can't do that because of your background. No, shut it down. Everybody has a background. Everybody has done something in their life that they're not so proud of, right? Everybody does. Everybody, I promise you. Everybody has a background of something that they've done that they're not proud of. Decisions that they've made that they're not proud of. So do not sit there thinking, oh, my background is bad. It's colorful. There's red and there's orange and there's yellow all over it. It's not black and white. Mine is not black and white, right? It's not. But that does not stop you from executing and getting the goal done. You know? Mine is not black and white, so I can't get on here and tell you that my background is black and white. No, it's not. It's not. And even when I tried to make it black and white, like I've told y'all the story before, after I had my first son, I dropped out of school in the 7th grade. I had my first son. I tried to go back to high school to stick to the black and white expectation of me. I did. And this girl turned around and told me that I'm disgusting because I had a son. And why am I in this school? Because it was a high class type of school, right? All the smart kids go there. And me dropping out of school had nothing to do with intellect. Nothing to do with that. It was just peer pressure, right? That's all it was. Peer pressure. Everybody else had a boyfriend. I wanted a boyfriend too, right? So it was just peer pressure. So she looked at me and told me I was disgusting because I was back in school and I had a kid. So I was trying to make my story black and white. I was trying to correct the red ink and the orange ink. She told me I was disgusting. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done with school. Like, this is not for me. It's not for me. She apologized, but my mind was already made up. Like, okay. And before you know it, I dropped out again. So if you're the one saying, oh, my background, it doesn't define you. You can make a decision today to create something spectacular of your life or in your life. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. So don't discount yourself saying my background is very colorful. There are still goals that you can accomplish. There's still goals. So my suggestion to you is write out exactly what you want to do. And I'll always say it. If you watch all my videos, that's a common advice that I give, but it's because of how powerful it is. And I know that it works. Write out what you want to accomplish. Figure out who can teach me how to get there. What is the help that I need? Where am I? What level am I on as it pertains to getting to the goal? What additional education do I need? And you get it done. You get it done. All right? Based on society, I should not be as successful as I am today. I shouldn't be. Because again, I don't have a traditional high school experience. I don't. I got my GED downtown Brooklyn at the Workforce Center. That's how I got my GED. All right? But that didn't stop me. I have degrees up here, certifications, license, diplomas, an honorary doctorate, right? So stop making excuses that your background is too colorful. Excited about tomorrow. You joined. Let's take a moment to celebrate Lady Lola. She is a part of the Action Accelerator. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited too. Very much excited. I will get you that link tonight and get you prepared. Yes. Woo-hoo. Yes. Congratulations. Welcome to the Action Accelerator. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. Super excited. Super excited. Hey, Ryther, how are you? Anyone else wants to get in? Tomorrow we're having a live mentorship session. If you want to be in the room, you can go ahead and use the link in the bio to enroll, or you can DM me the word mentor and get in. Get in the room. All right, get in the room. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. I want you to understand that success is not reserved for a certain individual, a certain class of individuals. No, you can be successful too. You can be successful too, as successful as you desire to be, as successful as you're willing to do the work to become. You can do it. I promise you, you can do it. All right. So as I was saying, write out that goal, that thing that you want to accomplish. Never mind your background. That's okay. That's okay. Don't use that to discount yourself. Write out the goal that you want to accomplish and then figure out who can help me to get there. 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Let me know if you got the link. Let me know if you got it, but it's 10 a.m. tomorrow. All right. So write out that goal, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and then you're going to figure out who can teach me what I need to know to get here. And you're going to apply yourself. Get it done. You can absolutely do it. And I'll tell you about my daughter, my oldest girl. She was like, so she's graduated. She just graduated high school, right? So before graduation, I mean, she put some serious work in. She's like, I want to get $15,000 in scholarship funds, right? That was her goal for the community scholarship, not like on state level. On state level, because again, those are based on income. So yeah. So in cash, right? Cash scholarships. He was like, my goal is 15,000. So she figured out what her goal was. And then she figured out who was her target point. So she looked for the organizations, the amount of money that they were offering, right? She figured out all of that. This is strategy I'm giving y'all. And this one comes from my 18-year-old. She just turned 18, right? So she wanted $15,000 in cash scholarship. That was her goal. So she figured out the organization, how much money they're offering, right? She figured out all of them. One of the organization was offering $10,000. So she said, okay, if I can get that one and get a few more, I would hit the 15,000 mark, right? Because that was her goal. But she did some extra work. She put some extra work in. Okay, if this one doesn't happen, these are going to happen, and that will secure my 15,000. She applied herself. She worked the plan that she created, and she cleared close to $20,000 in cash scholarship. When we were walking out of the auditorium, one of the teacher came to her. She's like, "Do you need security to walk out of here?" Do you need security? Let me get you security to escort you out of the building. So I'm telling you, once you know what you want, right? Once you know what you want, write that thing out and apply yourself. Get the work done. Get to working. You can do it. If an 18-year-old can do that, you can do it. You can do it. So find the community that is going to help you. Find the individual that is going to teach you what you need to know to get to that level or get to that goal. You can do it. You absolutely can. All right. So don't let anything stop you. I got some work to go do. But welcome, Lady Lola, to the Action Accelerator. I'm excited. Anyone else on here that wants to join the program, send me a DM with the word mentor, and I will help you to get set up. You're very welcome. I will help you to get set up, or you can just head over to the link in my bio, enroll in the Action Accelerator. And yeah, I'm excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow's our live mentorship session. If you want to be in the room, again, just DM me. All right. I got to finish up some things here. I got to get some more work in, but I'm happy that I was able to help. I'll be back on 6:30 a.m. tomorrow for Command Your Day. So you can join us right here for Command Your Day tomorrow morning. And then at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we will get into our live mentorship session in a private room. That won't be on this platform. All right. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to get some work done. All right. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Bye for now.